Okay, I guess I'll start from the start, from the beginning. Um, so when I was 7 years old, when I was seven, when I was seven, I was molested by a man in the family. When I was seven, I was molested by a man in the family to the point where in my own house at the time, I remember the room, the smell, the yeah. It's funny because like out of all the memories that earliest memories that I've remembered in my life, that's probably one of the most strongest one. But I think just me coming out with this, I just want to impart something to people around that you're not alone. If there's any, especially if there's any men out there who've experienced this evil. I've learned a whole lot this year, especially getting closer to Jesus. I've realized, I've learned so much. I was able to build this strength to be able to come out with this and to share it to the whole world. Being, sexually abused, I don't, I don't see it as a weakness anymore. I think I see this as like a strength of me overcoming the old self of me. So I mean, a little backstory. So I was heavily into drugs. I'm pretty sure some people already know. I was into, I was a sex addict. I was into the partying life, and I think the main reason would have been that very moment for me. I know for sure, like that very moment where, as a 7-year-old kid, walking into that room and seeing evil at a young age, not knowing it was evil, caused me to lie at a very young age in front of my family. I knew how to lie from a very young age. I think that's what kind of led to my demise and my destruction towards myself. I can't just know, even just the breath. But this year I wanted to become a new person, and I feel not just a new person, I mean still be me, still be the Jeffrey I am. I know who I am. It's just a new light towards people, and I think, in my heart I feel that was the thing that was holding me back, and now I feel, since I've turned a new leaf and I've found my strength, my main harness, my anchor in life, I've got the strength to really learn how to forgive and how to accept and how to move on, really. In my heart, and I say this with my heart, that, you can't really defeat your past with evilness, and you can't pour gasoline over a fire, in other words. So for me, coming out with this, I just want to be more of like a statement towards people and other victims out there that you are not alone. You can get through this. It's not something you should be bottling up. It should be something you should be sharing, and being able to be something towards someone else in this situation. I mean, I've seen people who have been sexually abused from a very young age, and yet they keep it till their deathbed, and you know, they, one of the biggest regrets is, you know, just having to keep that, and to keep that hidden, bottled up inside. For me, I don't want that. For me, like, this whole process of me becoming a man is to be able to get all these bad things out of my heart, and I think that was the main seed that really, you know, stick towards that bad lifestyle, that bad, not really, it's just that side of me that I know that it was holding me back from potentially being where I want to be at in life, where I want to succeed in life, and where I want to grow, you know. For me, coming out with this, I just hope that it can just show you shouldn't be ashamed of this, you shouldn't be tied onto this. I feel being able to express this is another way of coming out, of rising from the ashes. Confessing this is another way of really pushing forward to that next chapter in your life, because you know where you've been, and you can probably use this as a little thing to give you more of that confidence. Like now for me, you know, when I told my parents, it was hard on them, of course, because this was like a family member. But I told them that, you know, I've risen above this. I'm not going to let this control me anymore. I'm not going to let this be to dictate my life anymore. I want this to be an award, you know, like, I don't see scars as just scars. I see my scars as if I'm a survivor. I've gone through this, and I've survived, and I've beaten it. So literally, to anyone out there who, you know, just message me, you know, just know I know what it feels like. I know where you've been. I know where you've headed before. I know where you've been before, because I was there. And I think the main message is, yeah, man, like, us brothers, we gotta stick by each other. We have to. You can't teach a man to be a dog. You can't treat a man like a dog. You can't treat a boy like a dog. The main message, you know, that's pretty much it. We got us men gotta rise up, you know. But yeah, like, being sexually abused is such a messed up word, but at the end of the day, it's okay. You know, you're not worthless. You are loved. I got amazing people around me. My parents support me in this 110%. I've let them know that it wasn't on them. It wasn't on anyone's fault. You know, to me, it's like, I don't know who knows how many times this man could have touched another person, but I think for me, it's more like, I've humbled myself more enough to not hate. For what God has taught me is to not hate your enemies, and to show love even to those who may not understand. For me, it's, many people might not understand, but you know, I've come to that. I've forgiven myself, therefore I've forgiven him, in a way that I know that, in a sense, he was probably brought up in a whole different aspect. I do not know, but for me, what I've learned was really to show more love to people. You know, we can't fight the world with evil. We can't fight back with that. We have to be the light for people. So with that saying, you know, I've never been. Well, there you go. Me coming out with this, I've never been so more. Yeah, I can't even get the words. I haven't been more alive in my life, really. Like, this whole process of me coming out with this, it's good. It's good. I mean, anyone out there, like, seriously, doing this, whoa, I feel like a whole weight just lifted off my chest right now. But I'm so glad that I can be able to show you this side of me. from now on, I just want to be real with my friends, my family, with people that I come across. I just want to be real. I want to be honest. I don't want to lie anymore. You know, I don't want to be a liar. Back when I was 7, I don't want to be that anymore. I want to be speaking the truth with respect and reason. And yeah, I just hope that my story can be something for someone else out there. Yeah, I've never been more happy in my life. Like legit. Oh, this has been the best year of my life by far, and I'm excited to see what comes next. And just know I love you guys. Just know, like, I just want to be more of that person, not someone that's gonna lie to your face and take the shortcuts and take the long way. I just want to be a good person. I mean, I know I'm a good person, but I just want to be the best person I can be before I leave this earth, before I die. And yeah, just want to say thank you to all the support, to my friends who knew beforehand. And yeah, don't let your past define who you are. You know, just because you've gone through some trauma, no, you're more than that. A heck lot more than that. Alright, that's it. Thank you. God be the glory. That's all I gotta say too. God be the glory. Give him all the praise. I give all credit to him, man.